It says I'm live. Okay. Hi there. I'm Ron Juckett, and welcome to just a channel update. Having a little bit of elbow problems you might have noticed over the last week. I didn't mean to wake you up, Em. And oh, here comes the cat. No, don't go to the window. And so can't really be on my elbows all that horribly long. I mean, I could have done a game if I really wanted to tonight. Are you just gonna walk through my picture here? You're gonna. We can still see you, you know. Anyway, didn't want so you leave. Ha ha ha. Didn't want to be on terribly long tonight. Elbow's giving me some problems, new medications and all that. And so, how you doing, Bobby Cannavalo? Nice to have you along. So, just going to give you a channel update. We will have a doubleheader for you tomorrow in baseball from the 1982 replay. It'll be the Baltimore Orioles and Detroit Tigers. And then game 2, I believe it's Kansas City at Milwaukee from July 4th. Dave Gardner likes updates. There's other things, and he cannot lie. So we will have 4 baseball games for you this week. Our Patriots Challenge will be the 89 49ers against the 07 Patriots, and that's Friday afternoon at noon. The primetime baseball game this week will be Los Angeles and Montreal, a preview of the National League Championship Series if the season ended today. And I believe next Tuesday will be the All-Star game. How you doing, Robbie? At noontime, because you guys asked for a noontime game for that. So the All-Star game from Montreal will be next Tuesday, the 16th of April at 12 noon. Okay, so that's the highlights. We got, I believe, 3 football games in the second half of the baseball season to go. Excited about that, of course. Football, let's see. The 25th is supposed to be the release day for Action PC Football 19. Yeah, Robbie, almost halfway, I think, this week through the season. Football goes out on the 25th, which is the night of the first round of the NFL draft. How you doing, Dale? Good to have you along. And so we will do what we did for the baseball. We will do a game that night and go through, install it for you, throw in some logos in the field. And I can tell you that game is going to be from 2018. It's going to be Kansas City and New Orleans, the Super Bowl that was not. Oh, I can't use the word Super Bowl. The championship that was not. So that's what we're going to do to preview that. A couple things I'd like to know from you guys as we go through. I have one more basic tutorial video on the Action PC series. It's going to be basketball, and it should be Sunday, I think, depending on how things go. I want to do a hockey series, and I want to know what short-term football. How you doing, W Vlogs? What short-term football thing you'd like me to do next? We go for real for the 1986 season after Labor Day, but I got enough time there to do a couple, another 6 to 8 week project, and I'm kind of curious now. This is why I can't really do too much tonight. Curious on what you would like to have for the next football project. We got 3 games left in this one, and the new version comes out the 25th. Baseball is going to run through August, and then we'll figure that out from there. Also, would like to know what kind of hockey thing you'd like me to do. I really do like hockey. The playoffs are here. Dave Gardner is, of course, doing a 74 Bruins with Vladislav Tretiak, the best goalie not named Kenny Dryden or Patrick Waugh on the planet. And he's also doing the 72 Summit Series. So kind of curious on what you'd like to see for that to go through, along with some of the other things that I'm rotating through in and out on the channel. How about teams that never went to Super Bowl, so it never won? Vikings, Bills. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Maybe playoffs with playoff matchup. That would take too long. Flyers Stanley Cup victory in 72. That would require that I like the Flyers. Hey, shit. Well, okay. So there's some. I like Dave's idea. Super Bowls that never won. So any of the Vikings teams, the Bills teams, I'll have to look at that. Uh, one of those early '80s Charger teams. Yeah, I suppose we could do something along that line. 6 to 8 weeks. I don't think that I'll have to figure that one out more. Okay. Playoffs are too long. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do kind of a season or famous NFL playoff games. You know, Dave, I think there's a scenario thing. Browns versus Denver. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. John Elway and the drive. But that's actually kind of too close to the season that we're actually about to do. We're doing 86 in the fall, and you'll see plenty of Browns and plenty of Elway and plenty of Phil Simms. But you get Lawrence Taylor at 26. Okay, so that's good thought for it. Cowboys, Vikings 7. Yeah, the Hail Mary game. I like the idea of, yeah, let me think about that. That's some good ideas there for that. And I'll think of something for hockey. Immaculate Reception. You'll never get the. Yeah, okay. There's some good thoughts there. So that's what we got coming up. Around the release of Glory Days Boxing, I'm going to have Anthony Crooks on to do the Ron Juckett show, and we'll do a couple fight things. So what's the scenario thing? Scenario is you can basically, ow! I cut myself, I think. A scenario thing is you can set it up. So if you want to, let's say, put 3 minutes on the clock and John Elway with the ball on the 5-yard line against Cleveland, you can actually do that. You can actually mimic that drive. Or I believe you can. I should look before I brag about it. But you can set up whatever it is. So if I wanted to do a bunch of 2-minute warning drives to see what could happen, you can set it up to do that. And so that would be the scenario thing. What else? So yeah, Anthony Crooks from Bleacher Bums Gaming is going to be on sometime in the next, around the release of his Glory Days Boxing. We'll be doing some of that. He's got some heavyweights, and the test fight I'm going to run will be, OTP will deliver your coffee. Ha ha. The test fight's going to be Ali and Joe Louis. And so that will be done and released right around the time it releases, and Anthony will be on that week. And we're also going to get in some title about boxing as well. I believe the next fight I'm going to do is Sugar Shane Mosley and Roberto Duran. Mm-hmm. So boxing fans, watch out for that. Okay, and so, yeah. What else do I want to talk about? So Patriot shots go well. I want to thank all of you yesterday for watching the roundtable with Dave Gardner, an Al Red Sox fan. It was the most watched single day in this channel's history. We streamed close to 4,000 minutes of video, which is nearly 3 full days. Imagine watching Dave, Al, and I talk gaming for 3 full days. That was fun. I had a great time, and apparently you did too. You guys did too. So that is coming up. So we'll get in some more fights and some more one-offs of that. And again, thanks to Mike Bowes, Sports Time Machine, for coming on last Thursday. And Dave from Baseball Demos is going to be on this Thursday. We're going to talk baseball games, of course, and whatever he gets into as well, 1977. And so that's coming up on Thursday. So, and again, I'm always open to suggestions. It may not mean that I do them, but I'm always open to your suggestions. I like to maybe do another what if for the football, another challenge. Cowboys always draw well. People unsubscribed when I did Cowboy games in the fall. It was funny. Let's see what else. I was thinking of play. You know what I might do for hockey is I might do suggest a non-Flyers final. I'm not going to do a boxing tournament. Al's the master of boxing, but because even though the Glory Days Boxing is going to be released on PDF, because it's just 2 people, I can set up something in Excel. So the plan is not to do a tournament. That's Al's department. but some heavyweight fights in that and some more title bout. We were going to do eventually Sonny Liston versus Larry Holmes in title bout, but Holmes lost his fight to George Foreman. So we'll be doing a rematch of that fight. Who would unsubscribe over a fake football game? People who don't want to see any more Dallas Cowboys. It was someone who actually complained, you did too many Cowboy games. It was a Super Bowl season for Dallas. What am I supposed to do? What about basketball? I will kind of mix that in. I'm not a huge basketball fan. So I mean, we'll get some more in, but that's a long-term project. What seasons do I have for Action PC Baseball? I have everything from 1900 forward. So conceivably, I could play the 1900 Chicago Cubs against the 2018 Boston Red Sox. And the space-time continuum would be ripped to absolute shreds, of course, doing something like that. But yes, the only seasons I need to pick up the Negro League sets. Did I get the 75 NHL All-Star game? I did not. It's cheap. It's like $3. I could do that. I'm thinking of doing some sort of Oiler, maybe a what if between the Oilers and the Habs in '86, or one of those Oilers series. Might be how you get the Flyers in there. Was it Oilers and Flyers in '87 went 7? Something like that. How you doing, Kenny Castro? Ken Castro, I'm going to corral at some point on camera to also be in the Ron Chuckett show. Just putting that out there, Ken. You're just going to get flagged down. So yeah, I like the idea of another kind of a what if non-tournament, but kind of a challenge for a non-Super Bowl team. I like that. I like that idea a lot. And so, yeah, so I guess during the off season for baseball, I could do kind of what ifs and all that. So yeah, basketball probably is when I feel like it, I'll do it. But probably not going to put that in. I want to do some more golf. I enjoyed doing that. Shell's wonderful world of golf thing. Probably won't be this weekend with the Masters. But mixing some of that, some boxing, some occasional basketball, and some hockey, I think, in there. But the primary replays I'm going to do are the baseball one. Like I said, All-Star game is next Tuesday. A weekly football game of some sort, and kind of the rest of it is as how I feel. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan Heron likes how I do a ball game. So I'd certainly appreciate that a great deal. How about a city rivalry in all 4 sports? I kind of like that idea too. At one point before everything was ubiquitous and 9,000 seasons and 9,000 sports, I would love the idea crept into my head. If you took one calendar year and did a game in those sports, that would be kind of cool. Thanks, Mr. Gardner. I appreciate that. Dave's my partner in crime on Wednesday afternoons for This Week on the E and his channel as we review the Eastern Massachusetts Roller Hockey League. That's kind of an idea too, but I already know what I'm doing for football. Have I tried the Action PC golf game? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the ASG golf better. The Action PC golf game is actually on sale because they're about to release it. And I'll wait, and I'm sure that Dave's going to pre-order, and so I'll probably watch some of his stuff to see if I like and what I don't like. I don't like playing hole sideways. That's what comes down to a lot of it. I like being able to look at, with the fairway, the green being at the top of the screen, because that's how you'd play it in real life. Yes, Eastern Mass has a roller hockey league, and every Wednesday at noon, Rob, Dinah's cousin from another mother, we talking about that on his channel. He's got a league that plays on 6 games on Saturday and 4 games on Tuesday, so 2 different leagues going, and we talk about that for a good half hour on Tuesday afternoon, on Wednesday afternoons at noontime. What we might do, though, I mean, you guys seem to like me doing stuff at lunch. And so what we might do is when the hockey show goes on hiatus, switch to doing lunch streams 4 days a week, or at least with that. Yep. Oh, the games aren't televised on YouTube, no. But we do a weekly roundup show and have guests. We've had some good guests to do a game with the 86 Mets. Ryan, I used to like you. Why would you want to break my heart like that? I am a Red Sox fan, and I was 14 in 1986, and so do we need to go any further with that? But I do appreciate that. I don't know what we'll do in the. No, actually, they're a hell of a team. I don't know what we'll do come September when the baseball season's over to get something in beforehand. The new season will start whatever season I do following 82. You guys will pick and we'll start in January again. Doc Gooden was great. Doc Gooden, 85. Howard Johnson opened a hotel chain. If it's not your mother, it must be Howard Johnson. I've made that joke before. We'll do something, whether or not it's a what if or a challenge. The Mets would actually be quite good to do a challenge. 75 Reds, some of the other great teams of all time, because as much as it kills me, I'm trying to brush off the bed here. Just because it kills me to a bit, that Mets team is fantastic and certainly was worthy of that world championship. But it gives me food for thought for what to do with that in the offseason. 75 Reds, I always thought the 76 team would be better. Also want to know what topics you guys want for a series of, that's certainly a possibility, of World Series losers. How many the 86 Red Sox against the 60 Yankees? Ken, I've not watched a hockey game all year. I honestly could not make a prediction that would be even close to accurate. Dave, bite me. I will say this. The Habs had their biggest point jump in one season from one season to another this year. They fell short. They fell short. But I know that Toronto kind of snuck in at the end. They play the Bruins. And I guess I would root for the Preds just because of PK Subban. One of my favorite players with Montreal. But no, I didn't. I just like I can't even make a prediction for tonight's game. As Rob anticipate what I'm going to say, I would think just based on conference strength, I would say Virginia. But it's one of those things that Texas Tech is one of those rare, I suppose you would say, Cinderella teams to make the final. Will I watch? No. Not really all that interested. Let's see. What else? Today is also the 45th anniversary of my oldest baseball memory. I almost played the game from April 8th, 1974 between the Los Angeles Dodgers and Atlanta Braves where Henry Aaron hit his 715th home run. But you know what? The chances of them actually homering in the game was probably quite none. Because that's just the way it is. But that was 45 years ago tonight, and I remember that. Virginia has the refs. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, if you all, I'm always open to your guys' suggestions on what you want to see on the channel. Doesn't mean I'm going to take it, but I always do. I always do read them. I like the idea of some sort of Super Bowl what if challenge for those who didn't make it, or some sort of Cowboys challenge. I kind of like that. Maybe, let me know in the comments, what Stanley Cup final from the 80s, or maybe a what if for that you'd like to see. I'd be open to do a Edmonton and Philadelphia, or one of the Edmonton Islander finals. I just love Gretzky. Oilers Islanders would be a good one. I might, if I would do that, I might do the 83, the last of the 4 Islanders championships, because that one wasn't expected. So that's probably what we're going to do. Probably we'll do a 84. That's the first year that, is that the first year that Edmonton won? I like the Islanders. Yeah, I think Oilers. So we'll probably do one of those. And I'll give it some thought about which team I will take on another 6-week challenge. When I figure that out, I probably would do 83 because that's the last one of the Islanders won. That's the last of that dynasty team. And I think Denny Potvin was still interested in hockey at that point. And the 77 Red Sox are getting hammered in Chicago right now. Yes, but they begun to play. Boom. Thank you so much. I'll be here all the week. Please try the veal. Okay, so baseball tomorrow. Dave from Baseball Demos is my guest this week on the show. By the way, if you have not been on the show and want to be on the show, and your name isn't Ken Castro because I'm going to get you on the show, my email address is sgssamgolfsam, Victor Tango, Bravo, Uniform Bravo, SGSVTBUB at gmail.com. I'd love to schedule a time with you to get you on to talk about some stuff because I like to interview things and people like that. What tutorials do you want to see? Like I said, we'll be doing a full night of football on the 25th. I got the basketball one to do. So we'll probably probe around with stuff like that. You guys, as I said, folks, loved what we did yesterday. What gaming topics, sim topics would you like to see us tackle? Because people like to watch that sort of stuff. Nats 2 Phillies too. Go Nats. Yeah, Harper allowed a home run and they booed him, right? That was awesome. All right, that's about as much as my arms are going to let me do this for one night. So thanks to Ryan for coming in the chat. I really appreciate that. Nice to meet you. If you're not a subscriber, please do and hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. Robbie, good luck to Texas Tech tonight. I will, Dale, on the night it comes out. The night it comes out, we will do that live thing again. I'll go through Dale. We're going to play Kansas City, New Orleans from 2018 that night. I will install it in front of you and then put the logos in for the teams, and then we will play a game between Kansas City and New Orleans because you can make the argument that those two teams should have been in the Super Bowl. So, yep, you got it. That will be the night or when that game releases. Do something Deadball related for ID Jester. I like Deadball as much as ID does. And I actually did Merkel's Boner. Someone actually requested that game. So you go back and find it. It was actually a fun game. He almost had the chance to win the game. Kansas City beats New Orleans would be my prediction. Depends on where I play. I think I'm going to do it at the Superdome, but we don't know. Ryan, yeah, we do games Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at noon. Right now we're doing the Patriots Challenge on Friday for football. And on the weekend is kind of catch as catch can because that's when a lot of folks are off and want to make sure that they have the chance to stream when they want. But usually we do something on the weekend. If this weekend, it's going to be early because it's the Masters. And I'm watching that. That's one of the nice things about not having a deadline anymore is you can watch that. So, yeah, we do a game. I do a game on Tuesday and Thursday and Friday at noon. And then Wednesday night in prime time. That would be awesome, Ken. Love to have you over. And then Monday nights we'll try to do something. And like I said, some sort of talk thing or more instructionals. Always interested to see what you guys want to have. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. And so next Monday, I think we'll probably do some sort of fight or something like that. But until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Tomorrow, as I said, it is Baltimore and Detroit and Kansas City and Milwaukee from the 4th of July, 1982. Please don't blow up the firecrackers. It just isn't very nice. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett for Retro Sports Network. Hit that like and subscribe, buddies, and we'll talk to you the next time. Thank you so much.